PUMPFIST, wake up.
David Attenborough?
No, I'm obviously a chicken, you bald muppet.
But
I have come to you from the future to direct you towards your next task. The forests of Elwynn, they need your help. The tyrannical gnoll, known only as Hogger, continues to dip his balls in the Elwynn rivers. He must be eliminated. I leave this task to you, O brave small one, for where all others have failed, I'm sure an A-lister fister is up to the challenge.
with PUMPFIST being awoken from his nightmare by an equally unsettling chicken, he begins this episode with more drive than ever. His goal was clear, his fists primed, and his head shined. Join us on this journey of retribution as PUMPFIST goes head to head with the Scourge of Elwynn. We start this episode off in Stormwind, where PUMPFIST is preparing for the greatest battle of his life. He will solo Hogger, therefore a hefty amount of preparation is needed. PUMPFIST has a checklist of 3 simple things: buffs, target dummies, and gear upgrades. As luck would have it, PUMPFIST has been blessed with the rallying cry of the Dragon Slayer, which is a slightly overpowered buff bestowed upon him when someone slays a dragon. Which he would do himself, but he has bigger problems. And by bigger problems, I mean fighting literal Satan himself, because the wiki page for Hogger states that he has 666 health. Coincidence?
I think not!
We also pick up a few questionably sourced performance-enhancing potions from the auction house, which we can use to guzzle away the pain of existence. With our buffs secured, our next stop is target dummies, which are an engineering device that will insult your opponent's birth mother when placed.
Your mother was a
and thus redirect their violent tendencies away from PUMPFIST's face. Target dummies require PUMPFIST to be at an engineering level of 85, so we got to work with hammering the floor until society deemed us worthy enough to wield such a powerful gadget. After hitting 85 engineering, we craft our dummies and get started on the gear upgrades. Now, playing World of Warcraft Classic without gear is like running out of bread and being stuck with just the soup. And if that isn't sad enough, PUMPFIST is eating that shit with a fork. But disregarding our internal struggles, PUMPFIST was in the market for some new fighting gloves and a fresh cape. We copped 2 excellent pieces off the auction house, and would you believe it, PUMPFIST is now rocking an extra 5 strength. And so with our shopping list completed, PUMPFIST heads westward to send yet another miscreant to the Shadow Realm. The plan was simple. We start off by approaching Lightspeed in Hogger's general direction, followed by throwing some marbles in his face. PUMPFIST will then execute continuous consecutive punches until we are low health, which is when we throw out the target dummy and use first aid to heal our wounds. Upon re-engagement with Hogger, we will beat the soul from his mortal body and leave the disfigured remains as a reminder for what happens when you cross the fist. But before we execute said plan, PUMPFIST has a bit of warming up to do. After PUMPFIST's indiscriminate culling, we reach level 13, and with his newfound strength, he prepares himself for a moment in history that will define the years to come. We can't expect God to do all the work, but you're damn sure that PUMPFIST will finish the rest. Hogger resisted our marbles, which is a suboptimal outcome for Plan A. So we consult the list and move on to Plan B. With the Scourge of Elwynn dealt with, we move on to finish the remaining quests in Elwynn. PUMPFIST yet again returns to Goldshire and hands in the Hogger kill quest. Marshal Duggan has the audacity to offer PUMPFIST a few items of clothing, so we take one and sell it right in front of him. Fortunately for PUMPFIST, he looted the gold pickup schedule from one of the gnolls, which is a rare quest item that will grant us some extra XP. And we all know that PUMPFIST welcomes a surprise fisting. Once again, we waddle our way eastward, where the pickup schedule led us to a camp of stabbing enthusiasts. We charge in and make quick work of the camp, because as they say, you should never bring a knife to a fist fight. As we were farming the Defiers for their bandanas, Dead Tooth Jack pulled a Doctor Strange and refused to stay dead.
I come to bargain.
Which to the average mortal may have caused some sort of cerebral breakdown, but we know PUMPFIST perseveres, especially when the solution to any problem is a thorough fisting. Leaving the camp littered with corpses, we return to Eastvale, mess up some murlocs, and hand in the last quests of Elwynn. We finish off Elwynn at level 14 after grinding on a few more murlocs. It's now PUMPFIST is strong enough to move on to the next zone, so we head westward and take our first steps into the London of Azeroth, Westfall. Because every step you take here results in a 50-50 chance of being stabbed by a gang member or a sentient hedge trimmer. On our way there, we pick up Demoralizing Shout, which is a brand new ability for PUMPFIST that will allow him to viciously vocalize the insecurities of his enemies, resulting in diminishing their offensive capabilities. After PUMPFIST contemplates becoming the next Mr. Hands, we pick up the starter quests, fist a few locals, and make our way to Saldian's farm, where we come across objectively the best quest in World of Warcraft history. PUMPFIST finds a chicken, and repeatedly squawks in an attempt to communicate. Once we are on speaking terms with the poultry, PUMPFIST offers them some special chicken feed. The chicken then manifests an egg into existence greater than itself, and with such a powerful object free for the taking, PUMPFIST performs a preemptive adoption by taking the egg for himself and then murdering the mother. From this very egg immediately hatched a fully grown chicken, which just so happened to be a familiar friend.
I'm not your friend, you bastard. I have been sent to aid you in your journey. For there are things at play greater than your fists. Together, we must prevent what is to come. First, we must do...
Seeing no reason to fist this fragile creature, PUMPFIST moves on to more pressing matters, and immediately tames a furry to assist him in dealing with the Harvest Watchers. Things get a little heated, as mid-fist, the druid starts to flirt with PUMPFIST. Having little runtime left in the video, we save the romance arc for a later episode, and continue on with our duties as the saviour of Westfall. After removing the angry scarecrows, we part way with the druid and hand in the kill quest. We then proceed to kill anything on sight as we make our way to Sentinel Hill, which will be the new quest hub as PUMPFIST progresses towards level 20. Seeing the town in a state of disarray, it was clear that PUMPFIST had his work cut out for him. So like a moth to a flame, he strutted over to every golden exclamation mark he could, without reading a single word of the quest text, because canonically, PUMPFIST cannot read. What good is reading a list when you have the capability to fist? Can PUMPFIST save the sorry state of Sentinel Hill, commit atrocities to those who like the colour red, and perhaps find a group as masochistic as he is to run his first dungeon? We'll find out on the next episode of the PUMPFIST saga.